if you were me, non-financial advice, and you had 2 plus ETH and zero point 0.3 BTC, would you swap it for all XRP based on the math despite the capital gains tax? So what's that current value? Let's call it $8,000 for ETH. I think it's down from 4 grand, but it was pretty close to that not too long ago. And Bitcoin is 110,000 dollars. So you're looking at like 33 grand there. You got 8 in ETH. So we're looking at about, call it 40 grand post trading fees invested in XRP. So that's going to pull you about 13,000 XRP at the current price. So let's just play it out. We're just going to play out the price appreciation on Bitcoin and ETH versus the XRP. So if you stay in Bitcoin and ETH, it's becoming very apparent that if we haven't topped in this cycle, we're pretty close for both of those assets. I think that you could see another 10 to 20% to the upside, and that's it. Not a whole lot left there. And that's not just me saying that. Well, let's play it out. Let's say it goes to 250 per Bitcoin. Okay. Super bullish scenario. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm highly confident that we've already topped, or 130, 135 is going to be the top for Bitcoin. But let's say it does. Let's say it goes to 250. That's like a little more than a 2x from here. You only need a $6 XRP for a 2x. That's definitely going to happen when the ETFs go. I mean, look at what the ETFs did to Bitcoin from the bottom, and they pushed it up to, an all-time high before the halving. So this many spot ETFs for XRP is absolutely going to push it past $6. Let's look at ETH. Even if we play out the scenario that Tom Lee thinks is going to happen at $16,000 per ETH this cycle, which I again do not think is going to happen at all. That's still 4x there. So you've got 2x on 30 grand. So that puts you at 60, and a 4x on your 8 grand, which is another 24. So that's going to give you a total of, like, let's call it $84,000 if you cash out at the top of the, mystical cycle of the gods that isn't going to happen. Now, if you roll all that to XRP, and I think it's very likely, like worst case scenario, we get to 10 or 13 bucks this cycle. Okay. That's not even me. That's the TA guys that are super conservative calling for that. So that's going to be a 3x from here. So 3x your money from today. You actually end up beating the returns on Bitcoin and ETH with the absolute worst case scenario for XRP. So if you are, here for gains, if you're here for ROI, I think that it absolutely makes sense. But to your point, you do have to think about the taxes associated with that exchange. So, that's up to you. I don't know what you bought them at, how long you held them. I don't know. There's a lot of other things there that are misnomers or things that I'm unaware of. So that's for you to know and figure out on your own. But that's kind of the scenarios that I think is going to play out. Again, I'm highly, highly, highly confident that XRP will be somewhere between 50 and 100 bucks on the other side of the ETFs going.